Hello, everybody. Welcome to LT Outdoors Sunday Night Live. I'm going to share this real quick on Facebook. Of course, Gemma's coming right now. Give me a minute, Gemmers. Oh. Oh, killing me. God, you're such a cow. All right. Hey, everybody. How you doing? Hey there, Don. Hey, Raiden. Braden says, Gemma. That's your buddy, ain't it? Hey, Johnny. How you doing? Hey there, Richard. Uncle Rick says hi, Jammers. He says hi. It was nice meeting you, Neil. Had a lot of fun this weekend. Hey there, Richard. How you doing, buddy? Tonight we are going to be talking about this weekend's past hunt, which turned out really great. It was the first ever LT Outdoors annual pheasant hunt. We are going to be doing it now every November 1st and 2nd. It's going to be a yearly thing. So I've got a lot to talk about with that. Plus, there's an awful lot of stuff going on with deer hunting right now. I deer hunted hard last week, and I got a lot of stuff to talk about with that. So I hope you guys all had a good week. Again, I want to thank everybody that showed up for the first ever LT Outdoors hunt. It sure was a lot of fun, and I couldn't have done it without you guys. So, hey there, Owen. How you doing, buddy? It was such a great weekend, and the food. Oh my God, that Roadhouse bar and grill is excellent. Hey, Bill. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, this weekend, if you guys didn't know, this was the first annual pheasant hunt at Rapid Wings Farm in Hubbard Lake, Michigan, and it was great. I mean, I was getting let down because I had people kept calling off, and we ended up with 19 people altogether. I was hoping for a minimum of 20. However, the ranch was nice enough to still give us 200 birds for the 19 people we had. So we did have a good amount of birds, but I am really trying hard this year to get a total of 36. I want to max out at 36 people for this next hunt in November. So I'm going to start taking, the upfront fees right away for that, and getting a list of people that want to be in it. So I'm hoping now after this weekend's get together. I'm hoping it shows people just how much fun it is, and we can hopefully bring in some more people from that. So, hey there, sis, how you doing? Hey, Don. Hi, Daphne. Hi, Brooke, Anna. How you guys doing tonight? It was nice meeting you, Don, and I hope the kids are doing good. Hey there, John. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, it was a lot of fun though. You guys are going to see. I think my favorite part about the hunt was the fact that most of the dogs, I love all dogs, but most of them were labs. So you'll see in the video, there was a whole pile of labs out chasing pheasants. And to me, I can sit and watch dogs work all day long, but seeing the labs do it, I mean, it's heartwarming. It's fun to watch. It's cute to see how happy and excited they are with all the birds they get up, and it's just a great time. I'm working on a video right now. If you watched my play shoot video, I appreciate that. Right now, I'm working on the actual hunt video. It's taken me. I worked on it last night. I worked on it all day today. It's taken me a bit. A lot of good footage to get together. So I'm trying to make it a really good video. Thank you, John. If you guys haven't already, please hit that thumbs up. I see I got 23 viewers right now and only 13 thumbs up. I do appreciate that. Good. Glad to hear, Don. Glad to hear. Hey there, Mike. Oh God, the baby goats, sis. Oh, I picked that one up, and I fell right in love with them. I mean, they're cute, and being able to see them on video, trying to ram. I missed a lot of good moments with them though. They climbed a tree and were jumping off and bouncing around, and I didn't get any of that on tape. I wish I did though. It sure was amazing. But that's another great part about this hunt, you guys. It is on a farm. She's got donkeys, goats, cows, all kinds of animals, and it's great to be able to go in, and you can actually go in and pet them and love on them, and it's just a great time. Plus, you get to view all the birds they've got. I mean, and if you watch the video, you've seen that they had hundreds of birds in that cage. It was pretty awesome. So But yeah, like I said, guys, I am already, I mean, right away, I want to start collecting deposits and getting names down. So anybody that does and gets in on it for next year, there will be no refund on them. However, if you put your $25 deposit in and decide you're not going to do it, that money's going to go toward as a tip for the farm. So but yep, we will be doing that again, though, guaranteed this year. And I want to get a max of 36 people. That'll give us 360 birds for the next hunt. And that gives 2 people per hunting stand. When you see the video, you'll know what I'm talking about. You actually shoot the birds out of a basically a box deer blind and you rotate every, I think it's 10 birds they throw, and then you rotate to another one. So you get to hunt the whole round and it's really a lot of fun. So yeah, I get it. I know not everybody can do it, John, but it's really an amazing thing. And honestly, I think everybody, even for me, 250 bucks ain't easy to come up with. I ain't gonna lie, but it's something that is incredible to experience. And I mean, you get to bring home a bunch of meat and meet people, just have a good time. I mean, I can't think of any better way to get out like that. It's a lot of fun. So but yeah, this week too, guys, I'll play a song bite right now before I get too far ahead. Please hit that thumbs up. There's 30 of you watching and only 19. I'm psychic, so I know you guys are watching. I'll play a sound bite real quick. I had one saved on here just for you guys. I wanted to make it tough because you guys have been killing it with guessing right away. So I wanted to make this a little harder. And the best part is I actually got to hear this recently and it blew my mind. It actually scared me while I was in the tree stand. And I will say too, it's not something native to Michigan. Yes, I know it sounds like a squeaky toy. uh, But yeah, this week, guys, I want to apologize too for not having a video out last Wednesday. I do want to say though, I've been putting in the time deer hunting. I'm trying to get a nice buck this season for you guys on video, and in order to do that, it takes a whole hell of a lot of work. I mean, I am out. I've been putting in the hours out in the stand. I am really bummed too. I want to say this, you guys. I bet he did, Bill. I bet Gemma was all attention too, but my crossbow that I love so much that my sister just got for me only 2 years ago. It ain't even that old. I've only shot it 30 times. The thing already broke on me. It's delaminated all along the bow arm. I looked online and there is a ton of people that have had that issue. And I'm really mad right now at Killer Instinct. I tried calling them a few days ago when this incident happened, and they haven't answered. I was on hold for over an hour and they won't answer my emails. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm really, really mad. Like I said, it's a nice bow. Robin got it for me. I do want to say thank you, Robin, because it's a great bow. But I was out the other day, and when I shot, I actually shot and missed an 8 point. So this makes me even more mad. It was a beautiful buck, but I shot, and when I did, it went so slow I could watch the arrow drop, not even halfway to the buck, and he was only 25 yards. So I could have done better than that with a longbow. But I want to say after that happened, I looked at it and the whole arm is delaminating. It's all and that's fiberglass and it's all just split down the whole arm. So it's not good. Not good. Yeah, see, that's what I'm worried about too, Jim, because I didn't register it. I mean, come on now. Who all actually registers their stuff? Especially something that nice. You don't expect it to just break after a year and a half of use. It's total bull crap. So I am not happy with that at all. But now I'm stuck using my compound bow, and that screwed me the other night too. I had a big 8 in front of me, only about 10 feet. He snuck up on me after the rain. My glasses were covered with rain. I couldn't see half the stuff, but I turned my head. There's a buck right there. I tried raising that compound, and he took off. The doe blew at me. So it's going to be a hell of a lot harder for me this season, that's for sure. But I'm trying. I do have some really nice bucks that I'm after right now. So again, bear with me. If you don't get a video on Wednesdays, which you will, this Wednesday you're going to have my pheasant hunt. So definitely getting a hunt video in. I promise you on that. But I'm also putting that dang timing in the deer stand trying to get a nice buck on camera. So you are going to have to bear with me because that, in order to get, it's something you can't do in a day. I mean, unless you get lucky, but takes a lot of work. I have been getting some cool video footage though. I'm not going to say, I know there are YouTubers now that are trying to copy me, fans of the channel that are starting to try to do the same things I do. And I'm not going to give away my tips and tricks because of that reason. So Robert Collins, come on now. Ugh. Well, Rob Collins got it, you guys. Congratulations. Make sure you message me your address so I can get you a package out. That is indeed the brown-headed nuthatch, which I want to say is not a local animal. Like I said before, I'll play it again. And this thing, I have it on video. I don't have the bird itself on video, but the sound, it got me. It was after dark. And I mean, I was up in the tree stand still. It was right, I don't know, probably 7 o'clock. And when I heard it, I was like, holy cow, what the heck was that? It scared me because it was within, I mean, I probably could have smacked it if I could have seen it. It was on the tree next to me. And I never in my life heard something that much like a squeaky toy. So as soon as I got home, here it is. As soon as I got home, I looked online and I was like, holy cow, that's what it is. So they are more of a Western bird. There's something that, yeah, there it is. They're more of a Western bird. They're definitely not something we have up here. However, it does say that they are found sometimes in low numbers in our pine forest and stuff. So this little guy gave me a scare about and made me jump out of the tree stand, especially in pitch dark when you hear a squeaky toy go off right next to you. It gets you. It gets you. So it was definitely an interesting evening. I have heard the porcupines are what I'm used to sounding like squeaky because they definitely do. You are such. See, I was gone for 2 days and she will not leave my side now. She's been sleeping on me all day. Exactly. Thank you, Jim. Thank you. That's exactly what I got. It is the Killer Instinct Lethal 405. Again, I'm mad that they're not calling me because if you Google that bow, there is tons, hundreds of people have had that exact same problem. And I'm going to say this right now. I do not support Killer Instinct at all, especially because they're not answering my phone. I'm going to start saying their stuff is junk. So if they don't get back to me and do something, they're not going to have a happy me. So you're welcome. Good job, Rob. Not very many, Kevin. And I'm going to tell you there's a couple reasons why. Obviously, there is, obviously the prices are down on them. That's for sure. But also, muskrats aren't going to be doing all that well. We've had such a bad drought, and that's going to take a toll on them. So I don't see a point in targeting something that's already fighting for its life and not even worth money. So I probably won't be trapping. I'll get a couple near the house just to get some footage, but no, nobody got the money birds, Don. No, nobody got them. So, um, and somebody almost shot the black one um, during the cleanup hunt, but even if you did, that wouldn't have counted. So, yep. Hey, AP, how you doing? Good evening. Someday, John. Someday. We're still, I mean, yes, we're going to get rain, but I'm going to say this. I will not say we're going to, I mean, we're supposed to get rain for 3 days, but we could have rain for 2 weeks straight and it ain't going to bring our water back to where it's at. I don't care. I mean, it's funny too, because some people complain about the rain when we do have it, but at the same time, we need it. I mean, that's the way of life. You have to have rain. And it's really sad because everything is so dry. Everything is so dry. And, yeah, we definitely need a lot of rain because it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot of things. People this weekend were talking about how bad the woodcock were this year, and that's you got to have moisture. The woodcock like the wet ground, so everything's been tough. Awesome, good job, AP. Glad you got into them. Yeah, yeah. Rob went after the black one, but again, even if you got it in the field, it wouldn't have counted. They only count the money bird itself only counted if it was shot during the hunt. So it's a shame. But also, though, I mean, it would have been great because you win the money. But I was really hoping myself to shoot one. I didn't care so much about the money, but I wanted to get one mounted. If I could have shot a white or a black, I was going to get it mounted, but didn't happen. So oh, cool. That's good. Yeah, Porter. I love Porter. That's it. Oh, I miss that dog already. Oh, and it was great meeting Roy too. And yeah, I hope you guys are back in it again next year. I'm gonna start again. I'm taking the donations. I'm taking the upfront fee as soon as possible. I know last year I said that, but we ended up everybody waited till the last minute to get in on it, and I can't be doing that this year. I want everything to get figured out quicker. Plus, some of the people that got in last minute also got out last minute, so that didn't help us any at all. So I want to make sure we get some people in. You know, this year's pheasant hunt ahead of time. I want to have everything figured out. Even, I mean, as soon as possible. Really, if I can fill up a 36 roster, we're stuck with that. Whoever gets in early gets it. So yeah, it's a shame. We really need it bad, Bill. That's for sure. Thanks, Max. Oh man, it's fun, and I did kill a lot of birds. I knew that I hit a lot of them, a lot of the ones that didn't come down right away, but in the video I slow motioned it and you can see all the shots that I make. I killed over 10 birds, that's for sure. So it was a lot of fun. Also, if you watched my video before the hunt, I did really good during the skeet shoot. I took third place and yeah, I got 23 clays out of 35. So and 12 of those clays that I screwed up on were the bunny clays. Those are always hard. You got 2 weeks a day. Well, I'll tell you what, Mike, if they don't, I have emailed them twice, and like I said, I was on hold over an hour the other day. I gave up on them, but if they do not call me back, I mean, I already think that their company's junk. I mean, who's going to sell a bow like that that delaminates? They should have had a recall. They know it's happening. There's been hundreds of them. You should be able to call them no problem and get a recall on it because that's disgusting. A bow delaminating, that's dangerous. Awesome. Awesome, Rob. I'm glad that you guys had fun. And like I said, Don, Rob, everybody else that got in on it this weekend, tell friends. I mean, I need 36 for this coming season. So hey there, Blaine. No, I do not. Nope. I haven't been with them. They did me wrong several years ago or a couple years back. So I do not use their stuff or push their stuff. I use Widowmaker and Freedom Baits now. And those two companies have also combined together. They're now on their own web that you can get either or on each website. So yeah, they're basically combined together and great companies. You can't beat them. I mean, I was with Widowmaker before Lake Effect, and I should have never left them because Widowmaker, hands down, was way better. Their paint don't chip easy. Their hooks are strong, and I know a lot of the other comes from China. So I appreciate that, Rob. Thank you. Okay, sounds good, Neil. Thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, the deposits, like I said, guys, first come, first serve too. I mean, after this video posts, I know there's going to be a lot of people that are going to want to get in on this hunt. And once I got 36 spots filled, that's it. No more people can get in on it. So if you guys want to do this, I'm going to need deposits as soon as possible. I'm going to start doing the roster right away. Any money that comes in, you get down, I throw it in my drawer here like I did with all that other money. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun. I cannot wait for next year's. I'm telling you right now, it is. The tower hunt's a lot of fun, but the cleanup is definitely my favorite. Getting to go out with dogs. You have dogs there with dog handlers that take you out, so the dogs are very well trained. They hunt down all the pheasants running around in the field and out in the woods, and it is hard to beat. That's for sure. And you get to come home. Your pheasants already get cleaned. You get to bring all your pheasants home back because I got my freezer right here. You get to bring them all home like this, already cleaned and in a bag, and that's all part of it. So you're not paying extra to have this done. This is part of your 250, along with a lot of other things like prizes, for instance. If you've seen in the video when we went out to dinner everybody from the clay shoot got a prize. They actually had a prize for every single person. Didn't matter if you got less than everybody else or more. Everybody got to pick their own. It was like a white elephant party. You got to pick a wrapped gift out of a pile. It was spectacular. The gifts were amazing too. There was a freaking gun case. If you didn't watch it, there was a gun case. There was boxes of shells. I mean, lots and lots of cool things were in that giveaway, or in that, yeah, free thing at dinner. So I'm telling you, the 250, it might seem steep, but there's a lot of stuff that comes with that $250, including a really amazing lunch after the morning hunt of pheasant chili and potato soup, and they had cookies and all kinds of stuff. It was that they do a really great job. I can't say enough about them. So you're not gonna want to miss it. Hey Ruger, how you doing? Hey there, Joe. Yes, the rut is definitely kicking in high gear. There's been a lot of chasing. I've been, like I said, I'm not going to give away my secret because there's too many people trying to copy me nowadays. But I've been doing something special with my camera this year, and I'm getting some really awesome footage of the deer. The other day, I had bucks. I had probably 10 bucks in the field, so I've got a lot of stuff going on right now and getting some cool footage. I'm going to put more time in. The deer are not only chasing right now. I've been seeing a lot of fights on right out while I'm out. I've been getting fights on there. A lot of grunting, bleeding. I got to hear my snort wheeze, second time in my life I've ever heard it. It scares me every time they do it. But I got to hear a snort wheeze the other day. Watching them make scrapes, watching them make rubs. It's truly an amazing experience. If you guys have not experienced the rut, this is your best time. Halloween week and this week are, in my opinion, the two very best weeks to possibly deer hunt for bow season. It's incredible what you can see. I could sit out and just watch the deer all day. It's amazing what you can see. So, as far as trapping goes, Joe, I've done a little bit of it. I'm not going to get big into it this year because of a few reasons. The prices obviously suck all around, so I'm not doing that. I've got some coons and possums hanging up and dried right now. But other than that, I might get a few muskrats. I'll take on some beaver jobs if anybody calls me for that. But numbers are low. They really are. I mean, yes, coons in that they're not, but obviously there's no money at all there. But beavers and muskrats are low because of our drought. We've had bad circumstances for the beavers and the muskrats. It's not good at all. They're fine. It's hard for them to find a place to even live. So I'm not gonna go out of my way to hurt a population that's already having a rough time. So this season I'm focusing more on fishing. I'm trying to get the fall fishing in. Whitefish populations recently I found out they are way down. So I might get screwed this year on that. I'm gonna try though, and then burbot. I'm definitely gonna hit the burbot. So get ready for that. I have my new flashlight that you've seen that I just used it a little bit ago to shoot at some coyotes in the back. So it lights up everything. Thank you, Homestead. If you guys haven't already, please hit that thumbs up. I do appreciate that. Yep, for sure. Thanks, Rob. Yeah, their glow lasts a whole lot longer too. Yep. Widowmaker's definitely got it down. And they Widowmaker comes out with new stuff all the time. They're not coming out with childish looking colors. They're not coming out with ones that are I've been finding a lot of colors already made by a million companies that this other company's taken on, and I don't like that. Widowmaker, however, they've got their own colors. They come out with new lures every season. They've got some really cool ones coming out for next spring. It's going to be a good time. So, Widowmaker's definitely where it's at. Um, I mean, honestly, that question's hard to answer, Rob. You could have 10 beetles, right? You could have 10 beetles, and they'll clean that skull. It's gonna take them a while, but the beetles are constantly breeding, constantly expanding. If you bought, I think the lowest you can buy online is like 100, but if you bought a little thing of beetles and you took good care of them, kept them at the right temperature and everything, ventilation, all that. Yeah, there's a lot goes into it, but if you take good care of them, those beetles will constantly produce more beetles, and they eat the old beetles. When they die, they eat the dead husks and stuff. So it's just constantly growing. My tank out there, I bet I've got a million beetles. It's unbelievable. I bought 1,000 to start with, and now it's way more. You can go out, open it's a 7 foot chest freezer that broke down many years ago. That's what I've got them in. You can open that lid, and all you hear is this just crazy moving noises of bugs. I mean, it's just millions. It's awesome. I put in a guy brought me the other day this big cow head. I can't remember the name's going to come to me in a minute. I know it will, but it's the cows with the really big horns. And he brought me one, and I was like, I don't know if I can get it in there. I barely got it in the freezer, but those bugs have darn near finished that head in a week. Okay, I mean it's really close to being done. Deer heads, I can finish deer heads. I can throw 3 of them in that tank and finish them in 3 days. It's pretty awesome. My bugs are definitely they're definitely on point. How you doing, Lisa? I missed you. Yep, yep. Neil, thank you for asking. It is the same week every year now, guys. She has jotted me in as the LT Outdoors group for November 1st and 2nd every year. So it's already planned. If you want to get in on it, please get in on it fast. Make sure you put in, you put in your deposit so I can get you down because I want 36 people for this next one. It's a whole heck of a lot of fun. You'll see in the video, it's insane, a lot of fun. It's not the Longhorn. It's not Scotland. Dang it, Rick. I was counting on you. now I'm gonna now I gotta look and see which one it is here. Um because it's gonna drive me nuts. Highland. It's a Highland. That's what which Scott, I'm sure that sounds Scottish, so it probably is Scotland, but they're called Highland cattle, and they have really big. Thanks, Richard. They got really big horns, and it wasn't the horns that I had a hard time fitting in there. It was the head. I mean, it's just a giant cow head. So I am in Michigan, Ruger. Where are you at? But yeah, it's really cool. I clean up anything and everything. The Highland cow I'm doing for 150 bucks because I knew it would take me over a week to finish. Plus, it takes up so much room at this time. I can only fit one buck skull in there, so it's going to slow down my deer hunters. So I'm trying to get it done. However, my deer, if you guys ever have a buck you want done, I do them for $60. You can't find anybody in the state of Michigan that is gonna do it for that low. I've seen taxidermy places right now doing them for 200, which I just think is insane. But 60 bucks, I'm happy getting them done. That's cleaned and whitened. I don't mount them on wood or nothing. It's just ready for you to mount on whatever you want. Please hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. There's 51 of you watching, which I think is awesome, and only 29 thumbs up. So thank you very much. Northeast Missouri, oh, crushing it, killing me, Ruger. Man, I'd love to. If it wasn't for my ice fishing, I would move down south tomorrow. There's something about that southern drawl. So obviously, I like the southern ladies, but also, I mean, there's so much cool stuff going on down there. It's like a whole nother world. So I am hoping to travel down your way one day and do some different kinds of fishing, but it's definitely a steal. Absolutely, AP. You know it. 60 bucks. And I mean, I don't have any. I need to hang one of mine back here so everybody can see, but I do a really good job. They are clean to perfection and whitened. And yeah, it's great. And I've been telling people, some people spend a lot of money on like those brass hooks and everything else, or they got one that looks like a buck head you can hang it on. But I have found that those little J hooks that you just screw into the wall, absolutely perfect. The brain cavity on a deer skull is perfect size to put that hook through the back. You can just set, I mean, screw the hook in the wall, hang that thing right on that hook. It hangs perfectly. I mean, and then you don't, I think it's unsightly to have something big and gaudy on the back of a skull when you can have a nice clear spot behind it. It just hangs and looks beautiful. So that would be cool, Neil. That would be very cool. And obviously, I mean, that they were telling about the rules with the kids and stuff, and it's definitely something kids can do. You seen, I mean, Braden had a blast. I've got a good video of him when we were out doing the cleanup hunt. We did jump the dogs put up a bird that were 15 yards tops, 10 yards. I mean, it was right in front of Braden, and it was cool. He lifted up, boom, and it was just a poof of feathers. Those are the best. So, but yeah, it's a great time for everybody. Really a good time. Boiling is fine, John, but obviously that's a whole lot more work because you've got to sit there and take the time to get into every little nook and cranny, and it's not easy to dig stuff out of those little. It's not easy at all to dig stuff out of those little spots, especially when it comes to the nostrils. And even the brain cavity itself is not easy to clean out. So, oh, I'm hoping too, Joe. I really am. I mean, that's my bread and butter. Last season, I really got screwed on it. So, I mean, yes, I had some good videos, but we only had a month and a half of ice last year. Not even 2 months. I mean, it was stupid. So, I'm really praying hard that we have it this year because I need it. I need it. I've got a new. My friend Tom Jones got me a new pop-up shanty last year, and I haven't had a chance to really put her to work. I want to do my camping on the ice with the girls. We didn't have enough ice last year to where I felt I definitely didn't want to camp on 8 inches of ice and see melted in the morning. So hoping, man, hoping, Joe. He did. He smoked that bird. Yeah. Hey, Paul. I hope you had a good weekend, man. We definitely had fun. Like I said earlier, the hunts, it was great. The skeet shoot was great. I was upset though. We had a couple more people drop out of it last minute, so we only ended up with 19 people, and that was a bummer. However, Rapid Wings was great enough to give us the 200 birds regardless, so we didn't lose that bit. But again, next year I need people to get in on it, and I need people to know they're going to do it too. I don't want anybody else jumping out of it. But next year, we're trying to get 36 people, so it's 360 birds, and that will allow it to where there's 2 people at every hunting stand. 36 is the prime number for that place. I don't want to take any more. So 36 is going to be it. And then if anybody puts their deposits in for the 36, ahead of time and they drop out again, I said there's no refund. That money's going to go straight to the farm. It's a tip from me to the farm. So if you get out of it, then I'll allow somebody else to jump in your place. But yeah, trying to get 36 for sure. Oh, I bet, sis. I bet. And you would have loved it. So much fun. And like I said a little while ago, guys, watching the dogs alone is the best part. I mean, watching them work, watching them have fun, just be crazy. There was so many labs, so many labs. It was a lot of fun. So I hope you get to, Bill. I really do. And yes, they have amenities. They are very thanks for that, Rob. They actually haul us all out in a trailer. If you want to walk, you can, but they haul everybody out. It's a pretty good ways back. I don't know if it's a quarter mile or not, but it's only I don't think it is, but they haul everybody back in a trailer to the blinds, drop us off. Everybody gets to go to their own blind. They pick you up afterwards, bring you in for a really good hot lunch, and then everybody can go back out if they want and do the jump hunting at the end for a cleanup. And it's just so much fun. That's fine, John, but try boiling. Last year I did 36 skulls. Try doing all that for $60. Nobody will do it. So no, I 8 inches is safe max. What I said is sorry that was out of context. Eight inches to me is not enough to be sleeping on. I'm talking about ice camping. I like to go out and actually spend a couple days on the ice with my dogs. And to me, 8 inches, I mean, it's great for being in a shanty, but when you're running your heater all night long to keep you warm and everything else, you end up with a pretty sloppy mess. And obviously you're melting your holes out throughout the night. So yeah, I would prefer to have like a foot of ice, which some nowadays I guess that's an awful lot to ask for, but used to be we'd have a couple feet of ice, no problem every winter. But a foot of ice to me is perfect for going out and camping. I feel totally fine going to sleep on a foot of ice and not worrying in the morning that it's going to be a huge mess. So it was a good time. Like I said, I'm working on the video right now. I worked on it all yesterday evening. I worked on it again all day today. It's I had over 5 hours of footage, and there's a lot of good stuff in there. So I'm trying to keep the video under 30 minutes if I can, but there's a lot of good things I'm keeping in that video. So I mean, you can during the hunt, I've got footage of the pheasants flying around. You can see it's hard. GoPros suck. I'll say it again and again, but it's hard to see, 30 yards down the lane where somebody else is, it's hard to even see them get a bird. So it looks like, 80 yards. But yeah, it's a lot. I mean, yeah, if I was doing one skull myself, there's no reason in putting in the money for the beetles. I mean, I'm not going to own because there's a lot of upkeep with them too. So that's my thing. I wanted to start a business, so I wanted them beetles, and I also clean a lot of other stuff too that can't imagine boiling and picking out stuff from a coon skull or even smaller a rabbit skull. I mean, that's a lot harder stuff. But the beetles, they get in and out of there no problem. Like I said, I clean 3 buckheads I can do in 3 days. That is fully, well, that's not whitened because I have to whiten each one separately in a bucket. So that gives it an extra day of whitening for each one. So 3 skulls will fully be done in 5 days. One skull gets done in three, but it's a lot of fun. I even finished a bear last year in one day. So I hope you can, Max. I really do, because it is a lot of fun, and I appreciate that though about making sure to commit. And I mean, yes, I'll say this again: we've got plenty of time. It's going to be next November 1st and 2nd. However, if 36 people get in here and somebody else says, "Hey, I want to get in," it's too late. 36 is going to be my top number, and I am going to take them as fast as I can. Again, though, I hope people, when you get in on it, that you fully commit, because when you do drop out last minute like that, we lose birds. 3 birds dropped, and that just sucked. So we are, this season, I want to have 350 people, so that we're, yeah, 35 people, so we got 350 birds, or 36. So, but it's a lot of fun. So, oh, it's pretty good, John. Yeah, especially because for a side hustle for sure. Because the only bad thing is I only get skulls brought to me for a couple months during the season. After that, I'm lucky to get anything else. So, um, uh, what are you talking about, Rick? Next year, is next year's on a Saturday and Sunday? Is that what you mean? This year's was Friday, Saturday, which I thought worked out good. But yeah, I didn't even think of that. Every year the dates will be different, the days will be different. So, um, but that'll be cool if it's Saturday, Sunday. Oh, next year. Okay. So yeah, next year, guys, it is a Saturday and Sunday. Thanks for looking that up, Rick. I hadn't even thought to do that. But it's going to be a Saturday and Sunday next year instead of Friday, Saturday. So again, next year Saturday will be the skeet shoot, and it is like an all-day thing. We go out, have fun, shooting skeet, and starts around 3 p.m. and then we go until dinner time, and then we head out, have a great dinner, and give away prizes, and it's a lot of fun. Well, I'll tell you, Max, that's a cool thing too, is that skeet hunt, that skeet shoot is a lot of good practice for the hunt itself. So, I mean, shooting those clays in the air is about the same as the pheasants, except pheasants aren't even that fast. But yeah, definitely. Or you can just head out and shoot some skeet before then too. Well, I'll tell you, you'll enjoy it, Max. I guarantee it. I guarantee it, man. I didn't want I know you texted me saying you would have, Paul, but I wouldn't have felt right asking for that, because I mean that would have been $500 for the 2 people, and I'm not gonna ask. I'm not gonna ask. I appreciate it though, but hopefully next year you can just get in on it, Paul. Because honestly, it costs more for birds if you're just gonna buy the birds too. Because as a hunter, you're getting in on everything else that they do. It's cheaper that way. So you get the 10 birds for per hunter, but otherwise it's like 20 something dollars per bird. So it's, yeah, a lot cheaper if you for the people that get in on the hunt. And again, you get a free lunch, which I mean, you can't beat that. And it's gourmet stuff. I mean, this woman Lee that owns the place, she's the one. It's her special recipe, pheasant chili. I know it doesn't sound like the best, but it's not like normal chili at all. And it is, if you ask me, it's the best soup that I've ever had in my life. I mean, pheasant chili is the bomb. She also had potato soup. She had shredded beef there, or pork, shredded pork for sandwiches. Yeah, that's a cool part too, Max. You don't have to clean them. Yep, you don't have to clean them. They give them to you already nice and cleaned, and they have people there during the hunt that just that's. I won't have a good picture of us all standing by a pile of birds. I need to do that. I'll try to talk them into it next year, but that's part of the deal, though, is during the hunt, during the cleanup hunt, everybody's bring somebody's cleaning them. That way, it's not all having to be done at one time. But we did, Rob. We had a decent amount of birds, but you can't have too many birds. You can't. And I put in that extra money. We did something this year that I want to do it every year. Next year, if we can get 36 people, we're going to have 4 money birds. The money birds are something that you can volunteer to get in on if you want. It's 20. It's $20 for the 2 birds, so you have to pay an extra $20. Next year, it'll be 40 for the 4 birds. But they give you the extra birds in there. You can pick out a black or a white bird to get thrown, and they turn it into a 50-50 at the end. So during the hunt, if somebody shoots the white bird or the black bird, you win half that money. It's really cool. This year, because we only had the 2 birds, but I'm glad that people got into it because I think the pot was around $150. So if somebody would have shot those birds, you get 150 apiece. So yeah, she does. She does so good. The food is awesome. I didn't try the apple crisp. I really wish I did, man. I wish I did. Instead, I had 2 bowls of the pheasant chili, and I was stuffed with that. I knew I had to get out and hike a ways for the cleanup, so I know, Paul, and it sucks. I was really looking forward to you guys, but hopefully you guys can get in on it for sure next year because it's a great time. Like I said, I'm gonna start taking the upfront fee ASAP. So anybody that gets in on it, we'll do that. It's 36 people is what I'm trying to get. Um, this year, I'm just going to do a shout out real quick because I am happy for the people that did do it. I want to say thank you to Rick Percunier, Braden, Robert Taylor, Scott Reed came in with his friend Austin. I want to thank you guys. Jeff Griffiths, Pat Kaiser. It was great meeting you guys, and I appreciate you there. Actually, they gave me their 6 bird before they left. They didn't even want them, so I got 12 birds. I got to come home with. That was pretty cool. Doug Netto, Dan Netto, and Ted Lilly. Awesome seeing you guys. I hadn't seen Ted since just about high school, really. So it's been about 20 years. I think I've seen him once since then. And obviously, the Nettos have been friends of mine for years. So it was great to see them out there. I do want to apologize though for the cleanup hunt. They got kind of screwed on it. They got taken out to part of the ranch that didn't have many birds. And I talked to the owner. When she's there next year, she'll make sure that don't happen. So everybody's going to be on a ton of birds at the end. I want to say thanks again, Don Transu, who's on here right now, and his friend Roy. It was great meeting you guys, and obviously the dog was amazing. I love him. Larry Bidigary and Andrew. It was nice meeting you guys too, and it was cool that your wife brought the dog. I love your dog too, sweet dogs. Um, and then Brian Bowlesby, hadn't seen him in years. It was great to see him. Neil, obviously on here, and Johnny too was great. So again, thank you guys all for joining. I can't wait till next season's, and I hope that when I post this video from this season, I hope you guys are just pumped. I hope people want to get in on it. So to Dandy Perch, huh? Well, that's something a lot of people don't realize, Kevin, is perch. I mean, it's definitely not weird. The perch grow their eggs as soon as they lay their eggs. Their body starts growing them again. So it's definitely not weird at all. I mean, all winter long the perch are just totally bloated with their eggs because they spawn in the spring. But yeah, they'll definitely already have their eggs going on. So the walleyes I've been getting is full of eggs too. But it's just that thing, they start growing their eggs again as soon as they're done laying the other ones, which is that's great. She would have loved it, Paul, especially the farm part of it all. I mean, the fact that I don't know if you got to see the video yet, but the fact that you can walk right in through the gate and play with I mean, they had baby jerseys, which if you guys don't know, jersey is a small breed of cow and they are adorable. They're known for their better butter fat content when in their milk. So a lot of people love them. Most dairy farms like to have them in there to get that extra butter fat content. But yeah, the jerseys are just adorable. They got the big eyes and they're gorgeous. But I was playing with them, playing with the baby goats, being able to just walk in and pick up a little goat and love on it and watch them play. The whole thing is just an amazing deal, and I can't say enough about it. I really can't. Thanks, Neil. Thank you. She did, yeah. Yep, the macaroni salad, she made all that stuff. And this is the funny thing, guys, the reason Lee wasn't there this year, she just went in for knee surgery, and the day before she went for surgery, she made up all this food. So I gotta say, Lee, you're a sweetheart, you're an angel. Thank you for doing all that you did. It was great that we, such awesome food. I mean, I messaged Lee, I told her all the good stuff that happened, and I thanked her. It was just a really great time, so oh, you suck, Don. You are killing me. Oh, I wish I woulda asked. I thought about that when I left. Next year, I might bring a dang little extra bowl. That's awesome. Yeah, you can't beat that. That pheasant chili is the bomb. I seriously look forward to that every year. That's I mean, that to me, that's worth going alone. So, if you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up. I'm at 37 right now, 53 of you watching. Oh, that does yeah, that doesn't sound good, Rob. I don't think I wanna try that. I haven't done it on video and I need to, but perch eggs are good. I've eaten my it was actually my mom's favorite. I've eaten perch eggs since I was a little kid, so if you haven't tried them before, you can pull the perch eggs out and pan fry them, and they're good. Yeah, they do. Yep, they do, Paul. The cartilage and all that, all you're left with, which some I know some taxidermists actually bust. They'll go in and bust all that extra light. There's some light bone in there that they'll go in. They say to bust out. I don't do that. I like it looking as natural as I can. They clean up all the cartilage in there, but you're left with all the little thin bones. Same thing with the ear. For some reason, some taxidermists wanna they'll put a screwdriver or something in there, pop that ear there's a bone in the ear right there. They pop that whole thing out. I don't do that. I leave them. I mean, I've had all my bucks hanging on the wall that I've done myself, and they look great and they last. They're awesome. So, but yeah, they clean up the cartilage. They clean out everything. I mean, if I wasn't worried about time, this is what I skin out the deer, I skin out everything first. The hair, they'll eat they'll eat the skin and all that without the hair, but then you're left with hair all over the bottom of the pen. So I don't like doing that. But I take the brains out, I take the eyeballs out, and I take the tongue out. Those are for the bugs to eat. Takes them. So if I do all that ahead of time, throw them in there. That's how they get done so fast. Because then all they got's meat and cartilage. So oh, dude, it was so great, Paul. It really was. I sent a picture right afterwards to the owner, and I said, "Man, you really need me. I want a baby goat now so bad. I'll show you guys a picture. I seriously, they're like a puppy. I couldn't believe how dog like these little guys are. Um, I definitely wanted to bring one home, but yeah, I walk right in there, pick them up. They're just cute, cuddly. They love cuddles. They really do. I never knew that goats like that, but yep, Braden walked in with me and got an baby. So I go there and cuddle with them. Thank you, Scott. Thank you. Nice to see you on here. And again, I want to say thanks to you. And it was great meeting you guys. Obviously I've known Scott for a long time, but he brought his daughter's boyfriend there, and it was just a. I'm glad that you guys had a good time too, because it was, without you guys, obviously that would have been an extra bunch of birds we lost too. So it was great, and I'm glad that you guys have fun. Austin, it was obviously a lot of fun talking to Austin. Great chatting with you guys. It was nice, really nice meeting Austin. So not a fish egg fan. Have you tried the perch eggs though, Bill? Because I'm telling you, when you pan fry them, I just shake them up in the same stuff that I'll fry my fillets in, and when you fry them, they taste just like eggs. They really do. There's nothing bad about them, really. But yes, thank you very much for going out, Scott. I'm glad it was nice hanging out with you guys. So I definitely see Max. He's been telling me about his caviar way with salmon eggs, king salmon eggs. He said, and I definitely got to try it. I should have saved some. I have a bunch in the freezer, but I don't know if they're any good after that. But well, plus they're already rolled and stuff. I wouldn't want to eat them after they've been cured. I'm sure they're way worse then, except for bait. Yeah, definitely good for bait. Seemed gritty. The big ones will seem grittier. The big ones definitely do, Bill. If you had a big fat perch egg, then you're gonna taste all the little mini eggs inside of the sack, and yeah, that can turn your stomach a little bit. But the smaller egg batches that you fry up, you're not gonna taste all. You're not gonna feel all them little baby eggs. So yeah, they definitely did. Yep, the head and ear scratches and those little Jersey cows they're just awesome. The whole thing, it was great. Plus, you get to go see all the beautiful pheasants. They have ornamental pheasants in there too. You guys, they had the silver and they had well, they had a couple different Chinese pheasants in there, and you'll see in my video, if especially if you watch, I got better footage of them last year because the one gorgeous golden I couldn't get up super close to this year, but last year in my video he was showing off for me real close, and you can see him. The colors on them things are just outstanding. And then of course, like I said a little bit ago, they had black pheasants and they have albino pheasants, which we put in the extra money. A bunch of us guys did, so that those could be money birds. And the black pheasant actually had they tied on a ribbon on him so that when he's flying, you'd know it was him. But if anybody would have shot those birds, it would have been like 150 bucks in their pocket. So it makes it a lot more fun and exciting. Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't want to try it when it's already borax. I think I'd puke the second that thing touched my tongue. But yeah, next year I'll make sure I save them. Or I mean, if I get an Atlantic with some, I'll let you know. Maybe Atlantics, or I don't know if that's. I know you said kings, but maybe the Atlantic eggs are all right. But again, too, guys, for those of you that showed up, you already know, but the owner of Rapid Wings actually bought prizes for everybody. She thought we were going to have 22 people because that's what I had on the list. So she went out of her way and bought 22 really cool prizes to give away after the shoot. So the first prize went out actually to the person that shot the least, and then they worked their way up, and it was a white elephant kind of party. So I sorry, Taylor, I was the only one that stole something from somebody, and I thought they were right here, but I stole. Taylor won a whole big box of Jack Link's Dorito sausages, right? And I didn't even know Dorito made them, and I ended up winning a beer koozie for the shower. And I was like, I don't need a shower beer, so I stole her nachos, and I gotta say they're pretty amazing. If you haven't tried them already, Nacho Jack Links are really good. All right, sounds good. I'll let you know when I get one, Max, because I'm definitely not done with the salmon. I'm waiting. They should be. Honestly, I might go this week because the next 3 days it's supposed to rain, which is gonna ruin the deer hunting. I don't recommend deer hunting in the rain because if you shoot a deer, that blood is gonna run away quick. You're not gonna see it much. So unless you think you can drop one right away, I don't risk it. That's why I didn't hunt today. I was really looking forward to it. And the Weather Channel kind of screwed me again, to be honest, because they said it was supposed to rain off and on all day. I kept checking the hourly, and as it got later in the day, they started disappearing it. So they can't keep anything straight anymore. Yeah, the gift exchange, she went out of her way. It was great. They had Rapid Wings hats, they had shirts. I mean, you could win so many cool things. And I want to say thanks again to Lee for that. That's where your money goes, people. I know some of you think that 250 is a lot for something like that, but it's not. You get a full out pheasant meal the day of the hunt, after the hunt. Also, she goes and puts the money into all those prizes. There were boxes of shells, and not cheap ones. I'm not talking the cheap loads. They were good Winchester and stuff like that. Federal, so you could win shotgun shells for the hunt. You could win all kinds of neat things. So yeah, really a great time. But also, the money also goes into dog handlers. You got to figure that. I mean, some of you might not even think that, but it goes to help because you're not going to get these people to come donate their time for free. So these people come out with their dogs. There was several groups of dogs, and they go out there running down the pheasants. You don't even have to get a pheasant. In fact, you're not allowed to. When you're doing that hunt, the dogs are already out running around doing their thing with the handlers and picking up birds. And afterwards, we all get the chance to go out and literally you can hunt all day. The following day, you can hunt all day long. Tell me where you can pay for a all-day hunt and a skeet shoot for 250 bucks. That don't happen. You can go to a ranch and pay like 250 for 3 hours or something, but you're not getting a whole hunt and a skeet shoot for that. And here you do. You could literally, if you've got the energy, you can go out and walk those woods with dogs all day. So it's truly something that you have to try. It's amazing. And you get to bring home a bunch of birds for dinner too. I'll do a video on the perch eggs, but yeah, if I gotta wait on Max to get try the salmon one, so we'll see. Been raining since midnight. It's not here. We got a little bit off and on today, but it was fine to hunt. It really was, and that's what makes me mad. They say that it's gonna rain a lot, and then we don't get it, and you can't even plan anything out anymore. All right. Yeah, sounds good, Max. Like I said, it's gonna rain. It's supposed to rain the hardest, I believe, Tuesday and Wednesday morning. It's gonna start tonight into Monday and tomorrow. Again, I don't trust the Weather Channel as far as I can throw them, but I'm really hoping that the rain stops like they say it's gonna around 3. Because if that's the case, I'll go out and get soaked around 1:32 and hopefully shoot a deer after 3 o'clock when it's not raining. But that also makes it tough in the video, you guys, because I was out the other day in a really heavy rain for over an hour. It sucked. And yeah, I got soaked. The camera gets soaked, so then you can't see much on it. When you're filming the stuff that you're doing, it really makes everything a lot harder because I have to really focus on the cameras and everything. So, yeah, Neil, they probably, I know they were out of hoodies and shirts in the cabin itself, but I'm sure they had hats, and you can always email them. I mean, if you go to the Rapid Wings website, you'll see the contact information. You can get a hold of Lee, and she'll have a hat made up for you, and I'm sure they're cheap. And next year, I'd really like to have a Rapid Wings hat and probably a hoodie for it too. So I'm definitely going to work on that. How do you cook your birds? Now, the pheasants, I like to make a soup out of. Last year, I made a. I mean, it's better than chicken, and if you can make a chicken, it's all white meat. Make a chicken soup out of the pheasant. It's got a really great taste. I also did I breasted them out last year and did the jalapeno cream cheese stuffed bacon wrapped with them, and they're good. But literally, they taste better than chicken. It's the same white meat, but they got a better taste to them. So it's hard to beat them. And this time, obviously, it goes by how many birds get shot. We had 200 birds. If everybody would have shot the 200 birds, then everybody could have went home with 10 birds each. However, those 200 birds didn't all get shot. We ended up getting enough where everybody left with 6 birds each, which is still a great deal. So 2 inches Friday, dang. Yeah, not us. We're definitely not getting hit that hard. They're saying a quarter, half inch Tuesday. I think that's the most we're getting this week, but it's supposed to rain off and on. So I'll mention that to her too, Neil. And I think that's another thing, the fact that she couldn't be there. But I'll make sure that next season she's got hats and hoodies available because I'm sure a lot of the guys would have wanted to get them. So I'll make sure I'll tell her that people are interested so that next year we'll have them. For the pheasant soup, see, I like to do this is I've only got a couple minutes, but I'll throw all this out here. When I make even a chicken soup, I try to use the same recipe for chickens as I do grouse, pheasant, and even my squirrel. The other day I made squirrel soup the same way. What I do is I start off, I'll dump in a bunch of 1 container of chicken. Um, what's it called? You guys are gonna say it before me, but you get beef or chicken, comes in a container. Broth. Okay, thanks. Broth, but I dump in a container of chicken broth just to give it a lot of that flavor. Throw in my meat, and then I fill it with all my favorite stock. Yeah, stock too. Thanks. But all my favorite vegetables, especially the ones from my garden, which are in here. I'll throw green beans, corn. The other day I did Brussels sprouts in with the squirrel, and it was really good. And then I'll buy some chicken seasoning that they have, as well as I like chicken bouillon cubes. I'll throw like 3 or 4 bouillon cubes in there just to get that chicken flavor running through everything. But That's how I like to make that stuff. I just throw my favorite veggies in there, my favorite seasonings, and I let it go in the crock pot for at least a day. And I'll tell you, every day after that, it's even better than it was to begin with. But I had my squirrel soup for 5 days straight recently, so I just finished it the day before the shoot. So yeah, darn right. Yep, that's a good way to do it. I like rabbit. Yep, rabbit's definitely really good, but yeah, pheasants. I just think squirrel tastes like rabbit, though. I mean, yeah, rabbit's a little more of a white meat, but oh man. See, I wish you guys weren't far, dude. I got 12 pheasants in the freezer right now. Yep, do the same exact thing with squirrel because squirrel, you know, John, yeah, squirrel tastes just like chicken. You cook that up, and I parboil the squirrel first, and then I tear all the after it's parboiled. I sit there and I tear all the meat off the bones and stuff, so it's already shredded. And then I've got shredded packages in here of squirrel. I don't have very many now because I used some the other day, but this is all squirrel. It looks like shredded chicken, but that's all squirrel that I peel off the bones. I've got 4 more bags in there, but I shred it and then I put all my soup base and my favorite seasonings, and it's awesome. So, all right, I'm hopping off of here. It is 8 p.m. Thank you all for watching tonight, and again, thanks to everybody that joined in on this time's pheasant hunt. I can't wait to see you guys next year. I hope we get 36 so we can have a full deck. And yep, Gemma says good night too. She's as soon as she hears me talking to you guys, she wants to come up. So thank you. Yes, Steve, sending me some stuff so that next weekend we will have a tackle auction. Thanks for reminding me, Steve. So yeah, get ready, guys. Next week we will have tackle auction. So again, have a good week, guys. I'm gonna try and get me a buck if we get a stop in the rain, and hopefully some fishing too. So take care, guys. Have a good night, and I appreciate you.